Esiva, this is LaserBolt, and welcome to another No BS review. Today we're going to be taking a look at Far Cry 6, and since this is a No BS review, I'm going to let you guys know the score beforehand. But if you want to know how we actually got to that score, you're definitely going to want to make sure you watch the entire video. Far Cry 6 gets a 9 out of 10 in the No BS review column. Today I'm going to tell you guys exactly how we got to that number. So whenever we play a Far Cry 6 game, there are a couple points that we always want to check mark and make sure that the game actually holds true to them. Number one is exploration. Does the game provide enough exploration? If you played any previous Far Cry games, you know exploration is one of the key components when it comes to this game, and definitely exploration has to be a high point of the game. Number two, how good is the villain? Because Far Cry has been known for its villains. We've had really, really good villains throughout this whole franchise, and we want to measure how good that villain is. In addition to that, we also take factors in seeing how well the weapons are featured in the game. Do they feel good? Do they feel bad? Is there good gun mechanics? And last but not least, is there enough customization and innovation to the game in order to merit a very good review? So today we're going to be covering all that stuff, and let's dive in and talk about exploration. So the game gives you a vast majority of exploration to be found. The map is actually pretty big, and if I had to compare it maybe to like a GTA 5 map, this seems to be a little bit bigger than a GTA 5 map. Now, the island that you start off with is a very small island, but once you progress to the game, you actually get a bigger, massive island, and there is a ton of explorations and a lot of things to do. Anything from destroying posters, anything from tagging and bringing posters off the wall, anything from destroying anti-aircraft missiles, anything from actually invading camps, taking over positions, anything from exploring different weapons, treasure hunting, racing. That is just some of the stuff that you're able to do in Yara. And that's not even enough to cover it because you can still go hunting, you can still go fishing, upgrade your camps. So there is a ton of stuff that has been brought to the game. It feels like they've married a lot of stuff that they've done great with other games, like for example, Assassin's Creed, and they brought it into Far Cry 6, polished it a little bit more, and now exploration is more diverse, more fun, and more engaging. They even have puzzles in the game, so it's actually pretty dope. Now, how good is the villain in Far Cry 6? That's something that a lot of people have been asking because as we guys already know, because the owner from Los Pollos from Breaking Bad is now the villain in Far Cry 6. And I gotta tell you guys, they could not have picked anybody better to play Castillo in this particular franchise. He has such a presence, not only in the sense of the way he interacts and the stuff he teaches his son, or in the sense of when he's delivering some sort of statement or speech, you can actually feel that kind of presence come out throughout the screen, and it kind of gives you that dictatorship vibe when it comes to playing the game. And I think they couldn't have picked anybody better for this particular role. I think he did a wonderful job, not only voicing it, but also the people who went ahead and did the artistic concepts. You can even see his facial expressions when he gets mad, when he gets angry. So I thought that was very good done. And once again, big props to Ubisoft for actually picking the correct villain this time around. Now let's talk about weapons. So weapons, I'm really excited, guys. There is an extensive array of weapons. You got anything from pistols, SMGs, ARs, sniper rifles, RPGs, bows. So there's an extensive amount of the weapon diversity. One of the cool things about the weapon diversity is that you get two sets of weapons. You get your regular weapons you're able to find in the world that you're able to customize and modify, and you also get unique weapons that have specific mods and specific attributes tied to those particular weapons. So there's an extensive amount of options that you could go with on deciding how you play and benefits you get from certain weapons and others. And I like the diversity on that. In addition to that, I like the fact that they don't make you kind of just be focused on one particular weapon where like you're like, I can only play with this weapon. There's multiple ways of you actually fixing your weapon, upgrading your weapon, or making it better by mods and attachments to make the weapon perform or play the way you want to play, which is really cool. So you can already pretty much add a suppressor to almost every single weapon if you want to play stealthy like a ninja assassin. Or if you want to go guns blazing, you can add a muscle, add some armor-piercing bullets, make it a one-shot kill monster. So a lot of really good diversity when it comes to weapons. In addition to that, I have to include the vehicles in there as part of the weapons because now you can actually deck out your vehicle to make it super-duper tanky. It could be a really good-looking car, and you can just put a turret on top of it, put like a nice front bumper grill right there to break down barricades, to dismantle stuff. So they also give you the ability that your ride is not only pimped for looking good, but also for a weaponized vehicle. In addition to that, you also get helicopters and a lot of different arrays. So a lot of things to mess around when it comes to the weapon system. Now let's talk about customization. So this is something that they actually did that made the game a lot better than before. Customization has been one of the key components to them moving the agenda when it comes to converting this game into more of a RPG type of style game and allowing us to actually have more diversity in our playstyle and more longevity when we play the game. So the customization factor went up high a lot right now with the Supremos. The Supremos was a backpack that the character carries that allows him to have special abilities. So throughout the game, you're able to actually use your abilities like send out rockets flying, poison enemies, have fires. And this actually opened the landscape to be able to now have classes and builds in the game. They're not fully fleshed out like, Outriders or like any other like MMO or loot and shooter game where the classes are very high predominant. We have skill trees and all that stuff, but we could see them leaning towards this way when it comes to the Far Cry franchise, because now you could actually synergize a lot of things when it comes to the game. For example, your Supremo can match your gun can match your gear. So I thought that was really awesome. Now, you want to know a little bit more about this? I definitely have a video going over the building guide so you guys can check it out and get an idea of how all this works. In addition to that, guys, they added something that I wish every single game would actually take note and actually add these. And it's kind of funny how some games are really popular and they never add these features, and that is transmog, guys. Transmog is part of the game now. So not only does it give you the ability to get the perks from the gear that you want, but it also gives you the ability that if you don't like the way that looks, you could easily go ahead and change it on the fly and make your gear look a lot better. In addition to that, in the customization route, you're able to customize your weapons to your liking. So, for example, you don't like the way it looks, you could definitely apply a skin on that and make it look the way you desire to look it. Now, there are additional skins that you could actually get, which make the weapon look really, really dope. Now, you could also go ahead and customize your vehicle, which I spoke a little bit earlier about, and that gives you a very nice fun factor, because that means that everybody that's playing the game won't be playing on the same cookie cutter vehicle, because your vehicles will always look different, and that involves adding a scent, adding a bobblehead, changing the color of the vehicle. So a lot of really cool incentives there, and a lot of really cool things when it comes to customization. Overall, in general, guys, with the new changes that they've done to the game on how massive the world is in Far Cry 6, I could see you guys spending 80 to 100 hours plus on this game, and that's not even counting the fact that if you want to hop in with your buddy and play co-op, that you're able to do that. One thing that I want to give a big shout out to Ubisoft is the fact that they're adding free content if you purchase the game, so you don't have to buy into the expansion pack. You could actually get free content when you get your hands on the game, and that's going to be getting updated constantly. So that gives you a lot of replayability, a lot of incentive to stay engaged in the game, because other new stuff will be coming out. And for those of you who actually bought the DLC, you have a lot of really cool things to look forward to. And there you guys have it, guys. Far Cry 6 makes its way in 2021 with a 9 out of 10. Let me know if you guys plan on picking up the game. If you do, do me a huge favor and let me know what system do you plan on playing it on. I actually played this on the PC, and my review is based upon that. For more amazing Far Cry 6 coverage, make sure you guys keep it locked on the channel. Make sure you subscribe and turn on all those notifications, and I will catch you guys on the next video.